Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast today. We're diving deep into something that's probably been on your mind a lot lately,
Yeah.
especially with all the economic uncertainty swirling around.
hmm
Gold IRAs, we're going to explore how they work, why they might be a good fit for your retirement strategy, and some key things to consider
Yeah.
if you're thinking about adding one to your portfolio.
It's certainly a timely topic. A lot of people are looking for ways to protect their savings and create a more stable retirement. And gold has always held this
Yeah,
unique appeal
yeah,
as a safe haven asset.
absolutely. And what's interesting is that while most people associate gold with, gold bars or coins, you
Yeah.
can actually hold it in your retirement account through a gold IRA.
Yeah.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to make sure you have all the tools you need to make informed decisions. Over at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive, we have a free checklist that'll walk you through choosing the right gold IRA company.
Okay.
It's a great resource, so be sure to check it out.
That checklist can be incredibly helpful. There are a lot of providers out there, and it's important to find one that aligns with your needs and goals.
Exactly. Now let's talk about why someone might consider a gold IRA in the first place. We're all seeing these rising interest rates.
Yeah.
Inflation is still a concern, and the stock market can feel like a roller coaster sometimes.
You've hit the nail on the head. Those are precisely the kinds of economic conditions that make people consider gold. Historically, gold has acted as a hedge against inflation.
Okay,
When the cost of goods and services rises, the price of gold tends to go up as well, which helps to preserve your purchasing power.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if my dollars are buying less because of inflation,
hmm
gold could potentially hold its value better.
That's the idea. It's not a perfect correlation,
Right.
but it's a historical trend that makes gold appealing during inflationary periods.
And what about market volatility? We've all seen how quickly things can change in the stock market.
Yeah.
How does gold play into that?
Gold is often seen as a safe haven asset because
Yeah.
it tends to move independently of the stock market. When stocks are down, gold might be up, or at least holding steady.
Okay.
This makes it a valuable tool for diversification because it can help to offset losses in other parts of your portfolio.
So it's like having a bit of an insurance policy within your retirement savings.
That's a good way to put it. It's not about putting all your eggs in the gold basket, but rather about strategically allocating a portion of your savings
Cool.
to an asset that tends to behave differently than traditional stocks and bonds.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal here, but let's get into the mechanics of a gold IRA. For someone who's completely new to this, how would you explain it?
Imagine your traditional IRA, but instead of holding stocks or mutual funds, you're holding physical gold, actual gold bars or coins. These are held in a secure IRS-approved depository, and you have a custodian, which is the company that manages the account and ensures compliance with IRS regulations.
So it's not like I'm keeping gold bars under my mattress. It's a structured account with a professional custodian handling everything.
Exactly. And just like a traditional IRA, there are potential tax advantages.
Okay.
Your contributions may grow tax deferred, meaning you don't pay taxes on those gains until you withdraw the money in retirement.
That's a big plus, especially when you're trying to maximize your retirement savings.
Yeah.
But with all the buzz around gold IRAs, I'm sure there are some misconceptions floating around.
Oh, absolutely. One common myth is that gold IRAs are only for the wealthy. In reality, they're accessible to anyone who's eligible to contribute to a traditional IRA and wants to diversify their portfolio with gold.
It's not just for millionaires then.
Not at all. It's about having options and choosing what's right for your individual circumstances and risk tolerance.
That's a good point. Another myth I've heard is that gold is a risky investment. But hasn't it held its value for centuries?
Gold does have a long history as a store of value, dating back thousands of years. While its price can fluctuate in the short term, it tends to hold its value over the long term, which makes it appealing for retirement planning, where you're looking at a time horizon of decades.
Well, it's about taking that long-term perspective.
Precisely, and remember, with any investment, there are risks involved. It's crucial to do your research, understand the potential downsides, and make informed decisions.
Right.
Speaking of informed decisions, I think it's time to address another big misconception that all gold IRA providers are created equal. They're definitely not.
You're absolutely right. Choosing the right provider is key to a successful gold IRA experience.
It's essential to find a company with a solid reputation, transparent fees, excellent customer service, and secure storage facilities.
And to help you navigate that process, don't forget to download our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It'll give you all the essential questions to ask potential providers.
It's a great starting point for anyone considering a gold IRA.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits of a gold IRA, debunked some common myths, and stressed the importance of choosing the right provider. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of how gold actually works as an investment. What makes it different from, say, stocks or bonds?
That's a great question. One of the key differences is that gold is a tangible asset.
Okay.
You're investing in something physical with intrinsic value, not just a piece of paper representing ownership in a company or a loan.
So it's like the difference between owning a house
Yeah,
and owning shares of a real estate company.
exactly with gold.
Okay.
You have something concrete
Yeah.
that you can, in theory, hold in your hand. This tangibility gives it a certain psychological appeal, especially during times of economic uncertainty.
I can see how that would be reassuring. When the markets are volatile,
Right.
it's comforting to know that you have something tangible, backing up a portion of your savings. But what drives the price of gold? What makes it go up or down?
Multiple factors influence gold prices, but some of the most significant include supply and demand, inflation interest rates, and global economic conditions.
Let's break those down a bit. How does supply and demand affect gold prices?
It's pretty straightforward, like any commodity. When the supply of gold is high and demand is low, prices tend to drop.
Okay.
Conversely, when supply is limited and demand is strong, prices rise.
Okay, that makes sense. And we've talked about inflation a bit already, but how does it specifically impact gold prices?
Gold is often seen as a hedge against inflation because its price tends to rise. When the purchasing power of fiat currencies like the US dollar declines,
Okay.
this is because gold is a finite resource, while governments can print more money, potentially leading to inflation.
So during inflationary periods,
Mhm.
investors flock to gold as a way to preserve their wealth, driving up demand
Yeah,
and therefore the price.
precisely. And on the flip side, when inflation is low, the demand for gold as an inflation hedge might decrease, potentially leading to lower prices.
Okay, that helps me understand the inflation connection. Now, what about interest rates? How do those factor into the equation?
Interest rates and gold prices often have an inverse relationship.
Yeah.
When interest rates rise, the opportunity cost of holding gold increases, which can lead to lower demand and consequently lower prices.
Okay, unpack that for me. What do you mean by opportunity cost?
It means that if you're holding gold, you're missing out on the potential returns you could be getting by investing in interest-bearing assets like bonds.
Okay.
When interest rates are high, those potential returns become more attractive, making gold less appealing to some investors.
So it's a bit of a balancing act. Investors are weighing the potential benefits of gold as a hedge against inflation and market volatility,
Yeah,
against the potential returns they could be getting elsewhere.
exactly. It's about making strategic decisions based on your individual financial goals, risk tolerance, and outlook on the economy.
And that brings us back to the importance of doing your due diligence and choosing a gold IRA provider who can guide you through those decisions.
Absolutely. A reputable provider can help you understand the nuances of gold as an investment, assess your risk tolerance, and develop a strategy that aligns with your long-term retirement goals.
And speaking of reputable providers, don't forget to grab our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It'll help you ask the right questions and find a provider who's a good fit for you. Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the practical aspects of a gold IRA. What types of gold can you actually hold in one of these accounts?
The IRS has specific requirements for the types of gold that are eligible for inclusion in a gold IRA.
So not just any gold will do.
That's right. It needs to meet certain fineness standards, meaning it must have a specific purity level.
Okay, so I can't just throw a handful of gold nuggets into my IRA.
I'm afraid not. The most common types of gold that qualify for a gold IRA are gold bullion coins and bars that meet the IRS requirements for fineness.
What are some examples of eligible gold coins?
Some popular examples include the American Gold Eagle, the Canadian Gold Maple Leaf, and the South African Krugerrand.
What about gold bars?
Gold bars are also a common choice for gold IRAs. They typically come in various sizes, ranging from 1 gram to 400 ounces. Again, it's essential to ensure they meet the IRS fineness standards.
So it's all about making sure you're investing in the right type of gold that meets those regulatory requirements.
Exactly. That's where a knowledgeable gold IRA provider can be invaluable. They can help you navigate those requirements and choose the gold products that are most suitable for your IRA.
Now let's talk about storage. We mentioned earlier that the gold in a gold IRA isn't kept under your mattress.
Right.
Where is it actually stored?
The IRS mandates that the physical gold in your gold IRA must be held by a licensed and insured depository.
Okay.
These depositories are specialized facilities that are designed to securely store precious metals. They have robust security measures in place to protect your investment.
So it's not like my local bank vault.
Not quite. Gold IRA depositories are typically much more specialized and have higher levels of security and environmental controls, specifically designed for precious metal storage.
That makes sense. I wouldn't want my retirement gold sitting next to someone's safety deposit box full of old family photos.
Exactly. And these depositories offer different storage options, such as segregated storage, where your gold is kept separate from other investors' holdings, and commingled storage, where your gold is stored with others, but your ownership is carefully tracked.
Okay, so I have options when it comes to storage as well. This is starting to feel a bit like choosing a college. So many factors to consider.
You're right. There are many decisions to make when setting up a gold IRA. That's why it's so important to have a trusted guide, someone who can explain the options, answer your questions, and help you make informed choices.
And that's where a reputable gold IRA provider comes into play. They can act as that guide, helping you navigate the complexities and tailor the gold IRA to your specific needs.
Precisely. They can help you choose the right types of gold, select a suitable depository, understand the fee structure, and ensure you're complying with all the IRS regulations.
So it's really about finding a partner in this process, someone you can trust to have your best interests at heart.
Exactly. It's a long-term relationship. So choosing a provider you feel comfortable with and confident in is essential.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the potential benefits of a gold IRA, debunked some common myths, delved into the factors that drive gold prices, and discussed the practical aspects of setting one up, including eligible gold types, storage options, and the importance of choosing the right provider.
It's been a comprehensive deep dive, and hopefully it's equipped our listeners with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions about their retirement planning.
Absolutely. But before we wrap things up, I want to touch on a few more key points that are often overlooked. When people first start exploring gold IRAs, please let me know when you are ready for part 3. One thing that often trips people up is the idea of fees. We know that all investments come with fees. But how do they work specifically with the gold IRA?
That's a crucial point. With gold IRAs, you'll typically encounter a few different types of fees. There are setup fees, annual maintenance fees, storage fees, and sometimes even transaction fees when you buy or sell gold.
So it's not just one flat fee.
Not usually. It's important to understand the fee structure of any gold IRA provider you're considering. Don't be shy about asking for a detailed breakdown of all the fees involved.
Transparency is key. Especially when it comes to fees. It's your hard-earned money, and you deserve to know exactly where it's going.
Absolutely. A reputable provider will be upfront and transparent about their fees. They'll be happy to explain them to you in detail and answer any questions you might have.
Now, another thing that I think people are curious about is the process of actually buying and selling gold within a gold IRA. How does that work?
The process is typically quite straightforward. Once you've set up your gold IRA with a chosen provider, you'll work with them to select the types of gold you want to purchase. They'll handle the transaction on your behalf, ensuring that the gold meets the IRS requirements and is securely stored in an approved depository.
So I'm not going down to the local gold dealer and hauling bars back to my IRA custodian.
That's right. The custodian handles all of that for you, making the process much simpler and more secure. And when you're ready to sell, you'll again work with your custodian to initiate the transaction. They'll handle the sale and deposit the proceeds into your IRA.
It sounds like having a good custodian makes all the difference. They really are your partner in this process.
Absolutely. They're your trusted advisor, guiding you through every step of the gold IRA journey, from setup to purchase to storage to eventual sale.
Okay, so we've covered fees and the buy-sell process. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on that you think is important for people to consider when exploring a gold IRA?
I think one of the most important things is to have a clear understanding of your investment goals and risk tolerance.
Okay.
Gold can be a volatile asset in the short term, and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
So it's not about timing the market or trying to make a quick profit.
Not at all. It's about incorporating gold as a long-term strategy within your overall retirement portfolio. It's about diversification, hedging against inflation, and potentially mitigating losses during market downturns.
It's about that peace of mind, knowing that you've taken steps to protect your savings and create a more secure retirement.
Exactly. It's about having a well-rounded approach to retirement planning. and making choices that align with your individual circumstances and goals.
And to help you with that decision-making process, be sure to download our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It'll walk you through the key questions to ask potential providers, ensure you're choosing a reputable company, and help you feel confident about your Gold IRA decisions.
Knowledge is power, and that checklist can empower you to make the best choices for your retirement.
Well said. So as we wrap up our deep dive into gold IRAs, I want to leave you with this thought. Retirement planning isn't a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It's about exploring different options, understanding the risks and rewards, and creating a strategy that feels right for you. Gold IRAs might be a good fit for some, while others may find that their needs are better met with other investment vehicles. The key is to be informed, be proactive, and take control of your financial future.
That's the best advice anyone can give.
Absolutely, and remember, we're here to support you on that journey. Be sure to visit us at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive for more resources, insights, and guidance. Until next time, happy investing.